Can you explain how extracurricular activities and work experience factor into the application?
Great question. So I think it's surprising how long it takes to read a resume, particularly if you're really careful and thoughtful about it. So your resume gives us a sense of where you've been, what your experiences are, and it also gives us some hints or clues about where you may be going in the future. When you're reading someone's resume, yes, of course, you're trying to kind of gather the facts of what activities did they participate in, what sorts of skills have they built through professional experiences, what sorts of perspectives might they bring into the classroom. But it's also giving you a sense of what's important to this person. What do they enjoy? I actually really like having personal, sometimes people call it personal or interest sections, or something down at the bottom that just gives you a sense of who this person is. And it can often kind of highlight notes that you, if you're thinking of the resume like a symphony, right? Like there's notes that you hear differently in experiences or in under extracurricular activities in light of other aspects of the resume.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, what are three things that you should not include on your resume?
Well, there are no hard and fast rules. That's a great question. I'll give you three things that at least I personally don't love seeing on resumes. So thing one is lots of colors. It's become popular to submit resumes with 3 or more colors in them. I at least just find it kind of distracting to the eye. And there are days where I go through up to 100 applications in a day. And so you're spending a lot of time looking at the computer, just like we all are these days during the pandemic. And so sometimes when you're expecting to see more black and white, when there's lots of different colors, it's just sort of confusing. And it doesn't add anything. So I would recommend just keeping yourself to 1, maybe 2 colors, maybe a simple gray and a blue or black and white, and just leaving it at that. So that's 1. 2, I don't love photographs on resumes, and I can't put my finger on why exactly, but that's another trend that I've seen, particularly in the last year. For one thing, the photograph often takes up a lot of space, and I don't really learn a lot from the photograph. I would learn a lot more from an expanded description of your time as president of Model United Nations at your college, or an interest section like we talked about. I would get a lot more out of that. So especially on a 1-page resume, to take up so much space with the photograph, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. And then the third thing, this might be controversial, so again, I'll just speak for myself. Anything from high school. Think very, very carefully before putting something from high school on your resume. You are submitting an application to be a legal professional who's going to be representing the state as a prosecutor, or representing major corporations as a private sector lawyer, or going into business. I mean, you envision yourself as a future professional. High school should ideally just kind of fade into the distance. And I know it's really hard to let go of, especially if if you've got some major honor, like you're valedictorian or student body president. It's hard to let go of high school experiences, but when you're submitting a law school application, I would say it's time.
Thank you so